I'd like for us to spend a few minutes on friends for life. There's really two ways of looking at that. Friends for life, in one context, means friends that we never become unfriendly with. They're friends for as long as we live. And friends for life is a broader term and stresses the importance of having friends in order for us to have life. Let's focus on the second interpretation this morning or afternoon or evening. Whenever you're looking at this, I just gave it away. I'm recording this morning. Friends for life, what I mean by that is we need companionship. We need friends. We need people even beyond our families to be close to. It's part of being human to be social. Now, that isn't to say that we have the same degree of need or interest in maintaining relationships outside of ourselves, but if we're loners all the time, that's not a good thing. Humans are meant to be in companionship with others, and friends for life implies, as I intended to, that if we want to live to our fullest, we have friends. Why is that so important? Well, it's really pretty obvious if you happen to have a lot of friends. But if you're struggling to make friends, try to figure out what it is that makes you too shy or reluctant to make the initiatives necessary to establish relationships. You will find it's easier than you think once you take the plunge. Yes, there is some risk involved, and probably we typically think of rejection. Will someone like me enough to become a friend? Well, understand these things don't happen overnight, but they can happen amazingly quickly when you find the right connection, and it really is more common than you would think. Again, because other people of goodwill are looking for friends too, and you might just be that one. I'm an old man at this point. I have both kinds of friends. The friends for life that some extend all the way back to my childhood. A little boy in suburban Milwaukee, Wisconsin, making friends in school that persist to this day. Sometimes people that I see rarely because I live in another part of the country now. But when we get that connection back, by golly, it's wonderful. It's as if we had just seen each other yesterday. Electronic media, such as the one we're using here, can be one way of keeping these friendships alive through, communication online. But hopefully it also goes beyond that. Picking up the old-fashioned telephone, perhaps, and having a conversation, or visiting in person. Friends for life in that context. And they contribute to the friends that make our lives so much more enriched than if we had none or few. Friends are good listeners. They will hear us out when we're struggling. They won't run away when we need a little support, a little moral support, some guidance perhaps. Since trust is such an important element of friendship, if we have a true friend, we can tell them an awful lot of things that we might be reluctant to share more publicly. A good friend will be that listener. They will perhaps seek to give us counsel if they feel qualified to do that. If they don't, they'll say so. But in any event, they'll be very slow to judge. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to agree with us all the time. In fact, they may not agree with us a good share of the time. But yet the friendship transcends differences of opinion and sometimes even differences of a philosophy or point of view. Friends are there for us, and we, in turn, as in being a good friend, are there for them, which isn't to say that we're clingy or overly needy. That is an exploitation of a friendship and really isn't an attribute at all of friendship, but rather a selfish motive that we must always reject when we're maintaining or cultivating our friendships. We must understand again that there's a benevolence piece to this, that brotherly love is a true, or sisterly love, a true quality and quantity of affection that certainly isn't in the intimate sexual range by any means, but rather simply an appreciation and love for someone that makes their well-being important to us and our well-being important to them. Some of these qualities will take time to cultivate, because friendships do too. Acquaintances, though, can quickly or more slowly become friendships if we click, if we make the effort, if we see that in that person is someone that we desire and need to be close to going forward, and they see similar qualities in us. It happens, it will happen, and it can happen at any stage in life and really needs to. Our circumstances change. We certainly age, and that's a big part of it. We move geographically. Our life situations change as many of us become parts of families, as we establish marital or intimate partner relationships that may change our day-to-day interaction with our friends. But our friends need not be lost or sacrificed just because our circumstances change, as I have described. We will always need friends. We can never have enough of them, and they probably feel the same way. So let's be open to cultivating new friendships just as we are committed to maintaining our existing ones, and let us be available to those who seek our company in the spirit of brotherly love. Thank you.